Just a reminder, unfortunately for me, I don't know for you, I won't be giving adjustments, so I'm just gonna be mentally moving you. And other than that, just pay attention, follow the class, whatever you feel your body's doing. I don't know how often, I know I've seen some of you online, so you've been keeping up, but take care of your body. And let's go ahead. It's Liz, you remember Liz? It's her baby.
Good. Yeah. There's a second one?
Let's go ahead and start. So open your feet a little bit wider than your hips. Begin to lengthen the spine. Begin to create that nice, strong foundation. Bringing the arms next to your body. Reaching your fingertips down towards the floor. And as you reach the arms down, the fingertips down towards the floor, make sure that you're rolling the shoulders down. Close your eyes and begin to center. Begin to feel your toes touching the outer edges of your foot. The right one, the left one. Both heels are pressing down. And just bring awareness to the inner part of your feet and make sure you're not dropping the weight right there. So get a little bit taller and shift the weight a little bit more towards the little toe and the outer edge of your feet. The legs begin to engage a little bit more. Lift the kneecaps by engaging your quads. Begin to engage Mula Bandha, pelvic, lifting your pelvic floor, or pelvic in your lifting. And go ahead and Uddiyana Bandha, lower abdominals are pulling in. Opening the eyes, reach the arms up and high. Binding the right hand, exhale to your left. Make sure you keep both feet grounded. Exhale, go a little bit deeper in the stretch. And inhale, come back up. Reach higher, recast the left, and exhale to right. Again, make sure that you're reaching and grounding. Your feet are not lifting off the floor. You're not putting more weight on the other one. And let's go ahead and come up. Arms to the side, feet together, Surya Namaskar. And pressing the feet together, inhale and reach. And round, rolling down, all the way down, Uttanasana. Lengthening the spine, inhale. And we step back into a high plank. Let's go ahead and modify knees, chest, and chin first. And reaching up into your cobra. Roll the shoulders back into your downward dog. Let's go ahead and stay a little bit longer in this downward dog. Make sure that you are pressing your sit bones towards the back. Make sure again that you're not dropping your feet inwards. So activate. 10 toes are touching, heels may be touching. Palms pressing firmly into the mat. Fingers spread apart. Opening the heart a little bit more as you push your heart center towards the back of your mat. Gazing forward, walk or jump to the front of your mat. Lengthen the spine. And release into a forward fold. We're going to hold this forward fold for a few breaths. So maybe you can relax hugging your elbows. And allow gravity to push you down, to pull you down. Crown of the head is reaching to the floor. Feet are grounded. Releasing the arms. Rolling slowly, bone by bone, the arms begin to reach high up with you, lengthening, and hands to heart center. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through your nose, a deep breath out through your mouth. Seal your lips, inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose, engaging your Ujjayi breath. Checking in with your bandas, bring that intention for our practice. Opening the eyes, inhale, reach. Exhale into a forward fold. Halfway up and lengthen. And exhale, backward and back into your chaturanga, knees, chest, chin, any variation of your Surya Namaskar. Open and lift on an inhale. And roll back into your exhale, downward dog. Press those sit bones back. Check in with Uddiyana Bandha, so those lower abdominals are pulling back, giving you a little bit more length, more lift. Looking forward, walk or jump to the front of the mat. Lengthen the spine and release, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up, we step the right leg back. Lower the knee to the floor and reach both arms up to the sky. Make sure your shoulder blades are reaching down towards the floor. Lift that pelvic floor, create that length with Uddiyana Bandha. Hands to heart center. Bring that right hand across your left knee and open out to the side. Reach those fingertips back. Make sure you're rotating the torso from the belly button up. The chest is the one that is rotating towards the water, or towards the wall, or the window. Come back to center, both hands on the mat, and we switch. Step the left, bring the right one forward, left knee to the floor, and come all the way up. Full inhale, lift the pelvic floor. And holding, reaching high. Keeping the heart open, the scapula, the shoulder blades towards the hips. Ground back from left. Looking forward, hands to heart center. Left hand on the right knee and open and look up. As you're rotating, find length on the spine. So crown of the head is reaching to the sky. And we come back to center, palms on the mat. A step forward, lengthen the spine, and we release into a forward fold. Bend your knees, inhaling arms up, Utkatasana, reaching the arms up. Scapulas again down, so shoulders away from the ears. And exhale, forward fold, extend the legs. Halfway up, lengthen. Walk or jump back into your chaturanga. Open on an upward dog. And roll back into your downward dog. Left heel is slightly in, step the right foot forward, Virasana, warrior one, reaching the arms up. Rotate the hips a little bit more towards me. The chest, the belly button pointing towards me. Hands to heart center, palms on the floor, step back again for chaturanga or modified. Opening on an upward dog and roll back into your downward dog. The right heel is slightly in, left foot forward, warrior one, the other side. Keep the heart open. Keep the shoulders away from your ears. Draw the elbows towards the shoulder and palms to the floor and step back. Chaturanga, knees, chest, and chin. Up dog or cobra. Back into a downward dog. Lift the right leg up towards the sky. Bend the knee open and bring that right heel towards the left heel. Towards your left heel. And then extending the back. Bring the right knee to the nose, inhaling. Exhale, bring it closer. Inhale, extend the left. And lower back into our downward dog. Left leg reaches high. back into your front of the mat, releasing into your forward fold. Bend the knees again, Utkatasana, reaching the arms up. The elbows reaching towards each other. Nice and long, bring the hands to the center. Let's go ahead and sit a little bit lower as the right elbow rotates from the outside of the left knee. Open the chest and look up. Coming nice and long. We need the mom of this baby. Rotate a little bit more. And looking down, release forward fold long legs. Looking forward, bend the knees, Utkatasana, reach. Right arm under, left arm over, interlace for Gardasana. Right leg over, rounding and rounding. And we begin to engage a little bit, lifting that pelvic floor to find that strong foundation. Nice and long breaths in and out through the nose. We're releasing back into a lunge. So release that right leg, release the arms and step back. Arms up, front knee bend. Bring the hands to heart center. You're welcome to lower the back knee or remain. And we're twisted now to the other side, opening the chest. So the opposite. I know it's the same side in Utkatasana, but the other side for, I know what I'm saying, keep that going. Open that chest a little bit more. Maybe lift the back knee, get a little bit deeper on that twist. Look down, palms on the floor, and step forward. Lengthen the spine, and release into a forward fold. Bend those knees, Utkatasana, reach those arms up. Ground into your heels. Bring the hands to heart center, sit a little bit lower, and we twist now to the other side, bringing that left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Find that twist, open the chest. Hi, Angie. You want to do yoga? Yes. And let's go ahead and look down, extend into a forward fold, long legs, stretch it out. Look forward, come all the way up. Right arm under, left one on top. Other leg, opposite leg crosses. So we're going the other side. Make sure you're shifting the weight evenly into the supported foot. If the elbows a little bit higher, sit a little bit lower, maybe. Keep that breath in and out through the nose steady. And we release back into a lunge, opening back, arms out to the sky. Lower the knee if you wish, and we rotate as you exhale towards the other side. Open that chest. If your knee is down, you're welcome to remain with the knee down, or we can go ahead and lift that knee, getting deeper in that twist. Find that balance with your bandas. Go ahead and look down. Palms on the floor, and we step forward. Lengthen the spine, and release into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Walk or jump back into a high plank. Lower the knees, lower the chest into Ashtanga Namaskar. Lower the pelvis, lift into a cobra, stretch the legs, the spine. the ups. Lower all the way down. Inhale again. Lift up. And exhale as you release gently. Last one. Inhale, we're going to hold, lift up. Roll the shoulders back and away from you, from the ears. Roll the toes, push back into your downward dog. Full breath, in and out through the nose. Looking forward, and step the right foot forward. Warrior two, rotate and lift. Opening out. Reaching the fingertips towards me. Your gaze beyond the fingertips. Sit a little bit lower and stay grounded. Make sure your back foot is active, the leg is long, and sit a little bit lower on the front hip joint. Extend the front leg. Rotate the right toes in, the left toes out. Warrior two to your left, bending that left knee, keeping that ground. Long arms, soften the shoulders so you're not holding your arms up with your shoulders. You're using your entire powerhouse. Your entire back, your abdominals, your lats. And extend, rotate the toes facing all towards the long side of your mat. Bring the arms behind. Open the chest. Inhale as you expand the chest. Begin to come all the way down with control without pushing the booty back. And stretch the arms overhead, creating length on the spine, creating length on the front of the body as well as on the back of the body. Look forward, begin to lift with control, firmly creating that strong foundation. Release the arms. Rotate the right toes out, left toes slightly in. Reach forward into Trikonasana and release where you naturally will land when you release without collapsing the side of your body into your neck. Full breaths in and out through your nose. The chest is proud and open. We're going to reverse this triangle. Press firmly into your left leg. Activate the right. Lift up. And then begin to release that left fingertips towards the floor. Right arm reaches high. Keep again that chest expanded, that chest open. And grounding both legs. Begin to lift all the way up. And rotate those right toes in. The left toes out. Reaching on an inhale, release in Trikonasana, your triangle on an exhale, and again, the head naturally is going to land someplace. From there, you can go deeper, but don't lose the expansion of the body. That long space between your left side of from the armpit to your waist. Smile, don't take life too serious. And engage, look up. Fingertips to the floor, left arm up. Reversing your triangle. Finding a nice long expansion on the chest. Ground the legs, inhale, lift up. 10 toes facing the long side of your mat. Hands on your hips. Roll the shoulders back, open the chest as we inhale. And exhale into a forward fold. Begin to find that nice length on your legs. So maybe the torso needs to come higher in order not to bend the knees. Maybe you just need to engage more the quads to be able to keep the legs engaged.
From here, release the hands to the floor. Elbows are pointing back behind towards the back. Palms are pressing firmly. Tucking your chin to your chest. And if you're available, go ahead and press the crown of the head on the floor. Lift the weight of your heels a little bit. And engage a little bit more. We're not lifting, even if you guys are able to lift, go ahead and stay here right now. So what you want you to really work
is in that engagement of the core. So even if the crown is not on the floor, lift those hips push the hips a little bit right aligned to your heels, so that you're gonna feel that Uddiyana Bandha really needs to be engaged and Mula Bandha really needs to be engaged in order for that balance.
look forward.
Bring the hands to your hips and come all the way up with control. Rotate the right toes forward and step to the front of your mat. Squat the feet a little bit. Open the feet about hip width apart. Arms behind you, just resting the palms on top of your low back, your lumbar spine. Low back, low back. Roll the shoulders back and close your eyes. Check in with your body, check in with your breath. Try to balance your inhales and your exhales through the nose only to calm your heartbeat if it's too rapidly beating. So you want to find that evenness, that balance. That your inhale is not forcing, it's not forced, but you're expanding the chest. And as you exhale, you're not just like melting like a wet noodle. You're finding that nice long strength. Let's go ahead and open the eyes, release the arms, bring the left foot towards the middle of the mat, shift the weight to that left foot, bring the right leg back, and go ahead and catch on the inside of your foot. Reason we go inside, if we go outside, we tend to pull the knee out. But if we go inside, we try to maintain that length and balance. Left arm up, and maybe this is where we stay today. Maybe we just begin to allow that knee to begin to lift away from us, knee away from the floor, and we're finding that steadiness with the focal point and the bandhas. When you are ready, begin to come back in with control. Once the knee is next to the other one, the next one. Release and stand tall. We shift the weight to your right, make sure you're balanced and long. Then the left one and catch. Again, maybe this is our balance of today. Maybe this is already what is challenging or practice today. So just acknowledge this. Maybe begin to get deeper. But as you're going into wherever the breath and the movement is taking you, make sure that you guys are not getting frustrated. We are accepted. And instead of getting frustrated, let's start to come back. And let's see why we're not balancing. Come back to center, shift the weight to your left. Last balance pose, bring the right knee up and catch with both hands your foot. And then you maybe stay here, maybe you're here and push the knee back, or you're extending the leg completely. And your gaze is towards your toes or beyond the toes. Don't look at me because I move a lot and then I make you lose balance. And then bend the knee, release gently, and we place the foot down. Rock it up a little bit, then we'll switch to the other side. So we're shifting the weight to the right, left knee bends, interlace, and again, maybe this is the balance. Maybe catching the foot is the balance today. So let's go ahead and honor that. And begin to extend if you feel comfortable extending. Again, to the toes or beyond the toes. Deep breaths. And begin to bend and release. To the front of our mat, squat it up. And inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale into a big, nice, long forward fold. Allow the neck to get a little bit longer. So don't worry right now too much about how close you are to your legs, but think of your neck getting longer, reaching to the floor. Go ahead and lift halfway up. And step back into a high plank. Let's take 2 full breaths in our plank. Smile and engage here. Lower the knees to the floor. Relax the toes, push back into our pelvis and stretch it out. So even though you're mellowing out close, make sure your band is longer than your chin. So that pelvic floor remains lifted. And the lower abs remain pulling in. Palms on the floor, let's begin to come up into a tabletop position. Bring your wrists right below your shoulders, knees deeply apart. You can keep the toes relaxed, you can roll the toes, whatever feels more comfortable to you. For me, one and one. Push the chest up, inhaling, and exhale, round the spine. Inhale, open the chest, push the shoulders back, and exhale. Last round, inhale, open the chest, push the heart center forward, and exhale, round. Inhale into a neutral spine. Extend the right leg back. Open the chest to the right into a modified side plank. Full breaths in here. Long arms, long fingers, proud chest. We're going to look down. Place that right hand on the floor, press the right knee on the mat, and extend the left one as we rotate and open, expanding the chest, keeping that nice, long, supported arm. So you're pushing the floor away with your supported arm away. And back, palms on the floor. Knee on the floor into our tabletop position. Bringing the right arm up, lengthening and opening, and exhale round underneath your left arm. Press the shoulder in ear to the floor. Begin to walk that left hand forward. And stretch that arm as much as you can without creating tension. This is supposed to be a nice stretch. Maybe one more, you begin to walk that left hand towards the right side so that rotates the chest, but don't lose the contact of your ear and your shoulder to the mat. Protect that neck. If the hand is out, begin to bring it closer to your face gently. And push the floor away with your left hand, open to the right and hold it here. Roll the right arm behind you, open the chest, keep the chest crouch and open. And reach the arm up.
and we come back into our tabletop position. Right hand presses a little bit more to the center, left arm lifted, open the chest, keep that inhalation, and as you deep exhale, round underneath, stretch underneath the right one. Shoulder in here to the floor. Check in with the bandas again. Check in that difference. Acknowledge the difference that if you engage Mula Bandha and Uddiyana Bandha, there's a deeper stretch on the lumbar spine and the low back. If you want more, you can walk that hand a little bit more out to the left. Begin to come back to center, palm next to your face, push the floor away. Open and expand. And then roll the shoulder, bring the arm back and under the shoulder. Look down, palm on the floor, come back. Push up into a downward dog, find a full stretch in your downward dog. Sit bones to the back of the mat, heart centered to the space in between the knees. Palms are firmly pressing. And looking forward, lower your knees, cross your feet, and we roll back to sit. Extend the legs long in front of you. Flex the toes towards you, press into your midline. Palms behind you, fingers facing you. Roll the shoulder, open the heart. You're welcome to, from here, point the toes and lift the hips. Or you're welcome to bend the knees and push your feet flat. And then you lift up into a reverse tabletop. Whatever feels good with your body, go ahead and do it. Again, you don't want to force, you don't want to create tension in yoga class. Or frustration in yoga class. And slowly lower the hips. Sit up nice and tall. Keep the toes pointing to the sky. And pushing your belly button back, reach forward. Touch the outsides of your feet and hold. If the feet are not available, touch next to your ankles or next to your calves and hold. Try to maintain those legs nice and long so you're not losing the engagement on your legs. Again, check in with Uddiyana Bandha and Mula Bandha, left to left out on the floor. And slowly begin to lift up. Sit up nice and tall. We bring the right foot in for Janushirchasana, knee out to the side, lengthen the spine. So the torso is the one that rotates and your knee is long. Reach beyond the foot or somewhere on your leg and release the torso. Again, check back in your bandhas, Uddiyana Bandha, Mula Bandha. So press into the sit bones, get taller as you're reaching towards your toes. Begin to lift the torso up. Begin to come back to center, extend the right, bend the left knee, heel towards the inner thigh, get taller, or roll of the foot towards your inner thigh, get taller, and exhale, belly button is pushing back, so I get that length on the spine when I release or roll. Make sure you're not dropping the weight of the hips to one side or the other one. You're pressing both firmly. Look up and begin to sit up tall. We're going to open the legs so you can rotate to the whichever side you want. I prefer that side towards the water. Towards the side, any long side of your mat. Open the legs wide, flex the toes, bring the hands right over the knees, and then roll the inner thighs back. So point your knees a little bit more towards the sky. So with the heel of the hand right up above the knee, roll it back. And then push heart center forward. And then allow gravity to begin to take over. So you're getting a nice deep stretch, deeper than if you were not holding those inner thighs rolled back. If you feel that you don't need that rotation, that you can maintain that engagement, go ahead and rest the hands on the floor or elbows, or go ahead and lower all the way down. And gently begin to come back up. Left heel comes closer to you, bending the knee. Sit up nice and tall, maybe open more the right one, maybe remain where it was. Reaching up towards your right foot. Then the left arm reaches towards the right foot, but don't drop towards the right leg. So the space between your waist and your armpit on the right, it's not collapsing, it's not getting smaller, it's lengthening the same way that the left side is. Begin to reach that left arm out, begin to lift the right side of the torso up. And then bring the right hand across the left one and do a nice gentle twist. Coming back to center. Extend that left leg nice and long. Stay tall. Bring the right one in. Get your length. Reach towards the left foot. Left leg somewhere on your left. Right arm reaches, and then it reaches over towards your left side, reaching towards the foot or beyond your foot, but not dropping down. Check back on your bandhas, take a deeper breath. And inhale, begin to lift up the arm, the torso. Release the right hand, left crosses over, and do a gentle twist to the left. Coming back to center. Bring both feet together. Sit up nice and tall. Catching your ankles, lift a little bit taller, and again pop up your chest, your heart center forward as your shoulders reach, shoulder blades and shoulders reach back. Keep the neck nice and long. The crown is reaching high. We're not collapsing, we're active. Engage Uddiyana Bandha, Mula Bandha, get a little bit taller. And then release. Go ahead and cross the legs so you can roll forward and pop up into a downward dog. Finding that stretch. This is our last downward dog of the day. This will be our inversion of the day. We're going to stay here for 7 full breaths. If you wish to go into a full inversion, a headstand, handstand, any variation, you're more than welcome to do so. But again, you can just remain here into your downward dog, allowing the head to drop. Your heart is higher than the head. This is what makes the inversion happen. And ground and breathe. Feel the breeze or the noises around you, the smells. If you're in an inversion, begin to prepare to come down and gently come down. We'll lower to our knees wide as the mat. Soften the toes and stretch back into a child's pose. Now don't worry about the arms, just let them melt. Shoulders, heart center melting to the floor. Releasing those fusions, pushing the heels, to the heels. Walking closer to your shoulders and begin to lift the torso up. And then just roll into a comfortable seated position. From our seated position, let's go ahead and bring the hands to your knees. Roll the shoulders back and be nice and tall. Keeping the torso, the neck long, the chin away from your chest, shoulders down. Look to your right and push your left shoulder back. Go to that. Reach the shoulders high. Don't allow the shoulder to try to find your chin or your ear. And come back to center. And then push those shoulders deeper. And then look to your left. Right shoulder pushes back. And come back to center. Drop the chin to your chest. Keep the chest popping forward, opening that heart center. Shoulders relax and roll the right ear to the right shoulder. Again, soften the shoulders. Chin to chest. Exhale, left side. Chin to chest. And gently lift the head up. We adjust your seat if you need to. We're going to go ahead and with the palm of the hand, we're going to cover our ears. So let me give you the instructions so you guys don't cover and then you don't hear me. So you're going to cover your ears, you're pointing your fingers and your fingers are together so you're not expanding. So you're cupping, it's like you're cupping your ear here. And begin first to listen to the breath. Once the breath is even and it's steady, so kind of you're not forcing the inhale or the exhale. From there, begin to hum when you're breathing. So I inhale and I hum my exhale. So like a bleed, like and then I inhale again. And then the exhale loves that little hum that we go through. Yes? And the inhale again, and then the hum is the exhalation. Ready? So nice and tall. Cup your ears. Soften the shoulders. Begin to inhale. Keep the humming on the exhale and bring your hands to your knees. Begin to breathe normal without the humming on the exhale.
to allow the energy of to be created in our practice to surround you and expand away from you. Into have thoughts of gratitude towards yourself, your body, your breath, your practice. Be grateful for shelter, for loved ones, for all the food that nurtures our body, for friends and family. You are welcome to remain seated here with mat. Begin to extend the legs. Stay nice and mellow, don't rush the movement. Your legs are wider as your mat. The spine begins to roll down towards the mat. You begin to soften and rest your shoulders down. You begin to allow the breath to be normal, natural. No restrictions, not forcing, not trying to command.
You are down on Shavasana. Very gently begin to bring movement to your toes. Begin to stretch your fingers. With your arms overhead, taking a nice long morning stretch. And hugging one knee to your chest. Then the both knees come into your chest. If it feels good on your spine, go ahead and roll side to side. Coming back to center, stretch your right arm. Not the right arm, sorry. Today let's do the left one. Stretch your left arm and then roll to your left in a comfortable position. Begin to feel the body and the energy settling in. And then breathe the noises around you. The smell. Little noises that sometimes we tend to ignore or they just come by. Our mind is not aware of them. Soft movement, gently begin to lift up into a comfortable seated position. Keeping your eyes closed, your body soft, your movement soft. Bring your hands to heart center. I invite you to offer thoughts of kindness and love and peace to our universe. Thoughts of acceptance and compassion. Close your class with an Om. You are welcome to join me. Taking a deep breath in through your nose. Sharing your morning with me, sharing your practice with me. Namaste.